Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. It has been a while. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar and on this website, onthisday.com.
Yep, for links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Alexander.
Shohid.
And today is, you, of course, today is Thursday, aka Thursday, July 6th, right? July, right? Yeah.
Correct.
2023. July. I can't trust myself anymore. Like, it was the 4th of July a couple days ago. We did our Kick Peanut special and all that stuff, and I've already lost track of the month, even though I was right.
AK-47.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the history today, shall we? As you pointed out, we got to start mentioning this. On the actual onthisday.com site, they have a little header here: 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock riot. That's a little concerning. I wonder if that has anything to do with what's going on in Paris right now. So, anyway, let's jump into the history today, shall we? Mr. Soen, you want to start us off in 1016?
Yes, 1016, the Battle of Pontypridd, one of the largest battles of early medieval France, won by Fulk the Black and Herbert the First of Maine. Again, Odo the Second of battles in the Loire Valley.
Huh. Alright.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, 1189, Richard the Lionheart is crowned King of England upon the death of King Henry II.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
And 1348, Papal Bull of Pope Clement VI issued during the Black Death, stating Jews not to blame and urging their protection.
Yep, initially they were blaming the Jews for the bubonic plague, and then later they found out it wasn't from them, and they're like, okay, let's stop that, and then let's prevent them from getting attacked due to ignorance even further. So,
yes, it is the rats. What is the damn difference?
oh my God, Sohen, no, not
like,
on the shows, please. Oh my goodness.
The Pope's like, look to him like, get him out of here.
Oh my God.
Clearly said it's not them, and we have proof.
Okay. Anyway, 1483, Richard III was crowned King of England after deposing Edward the Fifth. Huh. All right. So he took it over. It sounds like.
Yeah, that sounds like a takeover.
Yep. Then we got a victory in battle in 1495, Battle of Fornovo near Parma. French King Charles VIII defeated Holy League. All right. And Marquisate of the Valley of Oaxaca, 1529, Conquistador Hernan Cortez granted lands and title of Marquisate of the Oaxaca Valley by Spanish King Charles V. Okay, so conquering Mesoamerica.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You got an event of interest here in 1590.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do 1560. England has got it. Signed Treaty of Edinburgh.
Let's look that up. What is the Treaty of Edinburgh? Is this when England took Scotland? It led to the withdrawal of English and French soldiers and left Scotland to settle its own affairs. Okay, cool. Good. I'm totally for that.
Oh.
Scotland should be independent. So.
Also, 1590, English Admiral Francis Drake takes Portuguese forts at Tag. They're it.
Ah.
Also,
1621 looks.
1621, Dutch Governor General John Pierson Cohen takes Banda Islands. 15,000 Denmark.
Whoa.
I mean, 15,000 die.
Yeah. 15,000 people died taking that island. Yikes. Moving on to 1652, we had a fire on a Dutch dam. Amsterdam City Hall burns as well. So that's not good. We got a victory in battle here in 1685. Battle of Sedgemoor. King James II defeated the Duke of Monmouth. All right. And then pirate defeat in 1699. Pirate Captain William Kidd was captured in Boston. Captain Kidd, one of the big ones, one of the greats, or so to speak. Back to you, Mr. Sohan.
Sure. 1775, Congress issues a declaration of the causes and necessary of taking up arms, written by Thomas Jefferson and John Dickinson. It lists American grievances but denies any attempt to be independent.
All right.
Yet.
And here we go.
So it's like a complaint thing. I'm joking, it's not. Also, 1776, American Declaration of Independence announced on its front page of the Philadelphia Evening Gazette.
Yep. We are declaring independence, people. I'm pretty sure everybody rejoiced.
Yep. Also,
1785.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 1777. British General Beauregard captures Fort Ticonderoga from Americans.
Ooh, yeah, Fort Ticonderoga. That was a strategic place.
Yeah. Also, 1785, U.S. Congress unanimously resolved the name of the U.S. currency to the dollar and adopts decimal coinage.
All right, the creation of the backbone of our currency right there. Yep.
Yeah.
We have another one here in 1787. The French government proclaimed an end to the stamp/land tax. So, what is the stamp/land tax? France. Let's see here. Stamp duty is a tax on buying a house. In French, it is known as droit de mutation. The rate of stamp duty varies slightly between the departments of France and depending on the age of the property. For properties more than 5 years old, stamp duty is 5.8 or 5.08% in some departments. But that sounds like a recent thing. So this requires some digging. So challenge to our viewers, if you can figure out what exactly this stamped land tax is, please educate us in the comment section below. We're going to though move on up because we have a show to do here. We have 1798. U.S. law made aliens liable to be apprehended, restrained, and removed as alien enemies. I wouldn't really consider them enemies.
And that's why they don't come visit us.
Yeah, like I don't view them as enemies. I disagree with that part. Like, but they shouldn't be. I mean, like, if they're breaking the law, yeah, but like, just to randomly like apprehend and remove them, like that's not cool. We need tourism.
That's why they don't come visit us.
Yeah. Well, they ain't here to visit; they're here to stay. So anyway, moving on up to 1809. I think it's your turn, right?
You're talking about 1809? Yes.
Yep.
The Battle of Wagram. After a 2-day battle, Napoleon's French and Allied army decisively defeat the Austrian army under Archduke Charles, leads to the breakup of the Austrian and British-led Fifth Coalition against France.
Wow. This guy, Napoleon was a force of nature. Like, he really was.
Mm-hmm. Also, 1853, National Black Convention meets in Rochester, New York. Ex-slave Frederick Douglass attends.
All right. Ooh, and the next 1853 directly under that. Cool.
Also, 1853, William Wells Brown publishes Clotel, first novel by African American.
All right, nice. Yes. Dude, that's before the Civil War. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then 1 year later, in 1854, we have the first Republican State Convention held in Jackson, Michigan. So was held, not withheld. Was held. Let's see here. What else? Well, let's just move on up to the event of interest here. 1885, Louis Pasteur was successfully gave an anti-rabies vaccine to a 90-year-old Joseph Meister, saving his life. All right, cool. And I don't care about tennis, so let's that's I don't know why that's oh, here's something interesting. 1893, the small town of Pomeroy in Iowa was nearly destroyed by a tornado that killed 71 people and injured a further 200. Wow. Dang. Pardon me for that. Let's see here. Mr. Soen, 1898?
1898. U.S. Senate agrees to annex Hawaii.
Oh, man, yep.
Not very aloha of them.
Not very Ohana of them. Ohana means family.
Also in 1904, the U.S. Democratic Party nominates a little-known New York judge, Alton B. Parker, for presidential nominee, virtually assuring the election of Theodore Roosevelt.
Damn. And like a little-known judge, Alton B. Parker, just like some random throwaway guy. So just Roosevelt just had it in the clinch.
Yeah. And in 1904, two Russian cruisers moved into the Red Sea and began to stop ships of Britain, Germany, and other nations I'm gonna go back and read it. 1904, two Russian cruisers moved onto the Red Sea and began to stop the ships of Britain, Germany, and other nations they believed friendly to Japan. It's probably during the Japan and Russia war.
Around it, yeah. Jabo-Russia War. Let me look that up, actually. Russo-Japanese War, February 8th, 1904. So yeah, it had been going on for a couple months now. Let's see here. We have a historic expedition, 1908. Robert Peary's Arctic expedition sailed from New York City for the North Pole. So this is, I believe, when they shipped out. And then victory in battle, 1917. Lawrence of Arabia, captured port of Aqaba from the Turks. All right. Without this guy's, antics, the war might have, the war would have, probably ended differently. Definitely would have been like a lot different in history. Not sure if the outcome would have been the same though, but. But then we have 1919, Institute for Sexual Science was opened in Berlin by physician Magnus Hirschfeld to establish study of sexual science. Yep, alright. Let's see here, what else do we have? We have Wimbledon, 1924. Oh, I'm gonna have a sneeze attack, hold on.
1924, first photo sit experimentally across Atlantic by radio. U.S. and England. Well, U.S. to England.
Well, that's cool. Wow, so they sent a photo through the radio. So they're using radio waves and then rebuilding that into a visual representation. That is wild, man. 1928. Holy, the second one. Actually, both of them.
Okay, 1928. First, all talking motion pictures shown in New York. Lights of New York.
Wow, so they actually had sound. Cool.
Yes. Also, 1928, largest recorded hailstorm at the time, 1.5 pounds, 7 inches in diameter, falls in Porter, Nebraska.
7 inches. Dude, like here, this is 7 inches. Here, hold on a second. The yellow tape, that's 7 inches. That's wider than my head. Damn.
Yeah.
So hailstones about the size of my head falling. That's terrifying. So.
God was bowling.
Huh. Yeah. 1.7 pounds, though. That's a light bowling ball.
Hey, he's trying to hit a strike.
Strike me out with that, definitely.
But God is fair.
Ha! Ha! 1932, we have the first class postage stamp back up to 3 cents from 2 cents. Oh, first class. So, like, first class mail and such. Went up to 3 cents. Okay.
Yeah.
1933, Nursery Rhymes, short film starring Ted Healy and his Stooges premiered. One of the first film appearance of the Three Stooges. Yeah, you were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. And 1933 as well, we had the first MLB All-Star Game. American League won 4-2 at Comiskey Park, Chicago. Babe Ruth hit first All-Star home run. All right. Anyway, just move on up to 1944. Go ahead, Mr. Sohan.
Sure. And moving up to 1944.
34.
34.
Or actually, no, that's tennis. If you want to skip that. So.
I do want to skip 1934.
Okay.
And
well then, 1939.
1936.
Oh, 36.
A major breach of the Manchester, Bolton, and Barry
Ooh.
Canal in England sends millions of gallons of water cascading 200 feet into the river Irwell.
That's not good.
No.
Oh.
Also, 1939, German Nazis closed last Jewish enterprises.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip sports and go to 1942.
Aww.
Anne Frank's family goes into hiding after House Amsterdam.
Man. Yeah, they were hiding in the attic of like a warehouse or something. Like.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see here. 1944, French President, French General Charles de Gaulle arrived in Washington, D.C. All right. And while that was happening, U.S. General George S. Patton landed in France. All right, he finally got to go over there. Cool. 1944 as well. World's largest circus tent caught fire at Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey's second performance. 168 died in Hartford, Connecticut. Wow. That's a tragedy. That's a massive tragedy. You know, like, you go over there, go watch a circus, have a good family outing, and you end up getting burned to death, or, God forbid, surviving when others did not, loved ones. That's even worse than death. So, yikes.
Yeah, there are fates worse than death.
Yeah. Losing a loved one for any reason is an awful thing, and a lot of people I know what it's like, including myself. But anyway, let's move on up. 1945, we got a film release here. Abbott and Costello's film, The Naughty 90s, was released. Features longest version of their Who's on First routine. That's cool.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. We have Abbott and Costello and the Stooges happening today.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I guess it's TV day.
Yeah.
Your turn, sir, in 1945.
1945, Nicaragua becomes the first nation to ratify the Charter of the United Nations.
Whoa, that is cool. That is really cool. Nicaragua,
Yes,
of all places, goes down in history as the first person. That really makes it a shame what the UN has become. But what it promised in the early days, that is remarkable. Kudos to Nicaragua.
Also, in 1945. U.S. President Harry Truman signed executive order establishing the Medal of Freedom.
Huh. What does the Medal of Freedom entail? Let's take a look at that.
It's the same one they gave Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah, it's the highest civilian award of the U.S., along with the Congressional Gold Medal, so it shares a position. That's interesting. Let me add that in the underbar.
Also, 1947, the AK-47 goes into production in the Soviet Union.
Oh, wow.
Yep, Mikhail Kalashnikov.
I remember, a couple weeks ago, or actually a month or so ago, Mikhail Kalashnikov met with, what's-his-face, who designed the M16, they actually like met and shook hands.
Eugene Stoner?
Yeah, Mr. Stoner. I knew he had a weird name. Mr. Stoner, yeah. Like that's awesome.
Eugene Stoner.
Like, that's wild to think. Like, so many people have fought against each other and died at the hands of those two weapons, and the makers are just sitting there chilling, making the money. Hey. Anyway, let's see, 1949. Oh, what the hell? Yo, read that. 1949, the last one. Holy crap.
1949, freak heat wave sent central coast of Portugal to 158 degrees for 2 minutes.
What?
God was trying to bake Portugal.
Whoa. Like, what happened? Like, that is... What?
They're like, God, what are you doing? I'm baking Portugal.
I'm baking... God is just like up in the kitchen at like 2 in the morning. He's just like his wife walks in like, God, what are you doing? He's just like, I'm baking Portugal. Like, why are you baking Portugal? Because I've lost control of my life. Like, the Rugrats skit, why are you making pudding at 4 in the morning?
I just lost control of my life.
Why are you baking Portugal? Oh my God. I'm so going to hell. Anyway, 1952, we have the last tram ride in London. Huh.
The last tram ride?
London doesn't have trams anymore?
I don't think so.
You know what? Hold on a second. Does London have trams? The London tram network, called Tramlink, runs from Wimbledon through Croydon to Beckenham. They do have trams. So
I'm guessing the last safe tram ride.
Oh God. Oh man. Anyway, God, there's so many sports stuff. Let's see here. 1957, Harry S. Truman Library formed in Independence, Missouri. All right. And why don't you take this next 57? You're the music guy here.
Okay. Okay. Also, 1957, John Lennon 16 and Paul McCartney 15 met for the first time as Lennon rock group Corey may perform at St. Peter Woolton Parish Church in Liverpool, introduced by mutual friend Ivan Vaughn.
That's cool. Can you imagine, because this is why I always say, everything is important in its own way in history. Like, if that one little random thing, they were kids, and they just so happened, oh yeah, I'm free tonight, I'll come with you, If that hadn't happened, the entire world would be massively different.
Well, we would never met Yoko Ono.
That would have been a benefit. So, but yeah. Anyway, what else can I have you talk about? Wow, there's just Wimbledon.
I could look for something.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. 1964.
Okay. I was gonna read
Go for it.
The 1960, Dr. Barbara Moore completes a 3,207-mile walk from LA to New York City.
All right, yeah. I remember when we talked about the beginning of that. Okay. Cool.
That is a walk of walks.
That is a walk. But
also, 1962, nuclear test shot Sudan, part of Operation Plowshare.
Huh. Okay. Nuclear test shot Sudan. Why are they shooting Sudan as part of a test? That sounds like an act of war. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, audience, if you know anything more about that, explain it to us in the comment section. Well, I have another one here in 1964 for you about Malawi.
Oh, 1964, Malawi, former Nyasaland, declares independence from the UK.
All right. Oh, we were talking about this earlier as well. 1967, the Nigerian Civil War erupted. Actually, before that, 1966, Malawi became a republic. Dr. Hastings Kazu Banda became president. So 2 years after they declared independence, there you go.
Also, 1965, you missed that.
1965, psychedelic rock band Jefferson Airplane formed in San Francisco, California. Oh, wow. I know about Jefferson Airplane. Ah.
Yeah. Don't you want somebody to love?
And then going back to the original 1967 here, the Nigerian Civil War erupted as Nigerian forces invaded the secessionist state of Biafra. Wow. So that's pretty wild. A wild couple of years. Huh. Oh, you got some music history. 1969, good year.
Sure. 1969, Ned Kelly starred Mick Jagger begins filming in and around Briarwood, New South Wales, Australia. Oh, about the Bush Ranger.
Ah. And you were talking about this as well before the show, 1970.
Also in 1970, California passes first no-fault divorce law.
Not entirely sure
Just
what
a
that
flat-out
is.
divorce.
What's a no-fault divorce?
No one's at fault. It's just a divorce. A divorce.
It's just okay, that's it, type thing. Wow.
Yes, it's a flat-out divorce.
Huh. This is kind of interesting. 1971. The White House one.
Okay. I want to do the first one that the second 1970 did that.
Okay.
Also in 1970, Irish Minister for Internal Affairs Patrick Hillary paid an unofficial visit to the Falls Road area of Belfast, an area only just subject to a curfew by British Army.
Huh. Okay.
Also, 1971, White House plumbers unit formed to plug new leaks.
Wow. I find that hilarious because the first thing that came to my mind was the plumbers from Ben 10.
Man, what I about what the first the plumbers, the bathroom is clogged, and then the plumbers.
Yeah, when somebody misplaces a bag of white stuff again, they just flush it down the toilet.
Also, 1975 for you.
1975, Comoros declared independence from France, or most of them.
No, the first one.
The Argentine government fell as well.
Yeah.
Dang. And it's this guy, the guy who Stalin couldn't kill. 1975, Dmitry Sosokovich completed Sonnet for Alto, Opus 147. All right.
I can imagine Stalin. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
the Peter thing, like I just want to talk to him while he's casually loading a shotgun, like.
I just want to whack him once.
I'm going to give him one warning. But we also have in 1976, Soyuz 21 carried 2 cosmonauts to the Salyut 5 space station. Yeah, we've actually had a lot of space stations. We've had 10, 12, 15, over all these years. We've had our own. Russia's had their own. The ISS has been up for a while, and they're actually, I'm surprised it's still up because, I heard that they were supposed to take it down by now. I don't know. But 1978, the first one, actually both of them, if you want to take them.
1978, a sleeping car catches fire in Troughton, Somerset, killing 12 people.
Yikes. A sleeping car, like a train car or something, that's horrifying.
Someone shouldn't have attacked that transformer.
Huh.
Also, 1978, Israeli jet fighter swoop over most Muslim West Beirut. That don't sound good.
That's an act of aggression right there.
Yeah, that don't sound...
I don't know when people will wake up to the fact that Israel is an aggressive nation. Well,
also, 1979, IRA bomb explodes in British consulate in Antwerp.
More of the troubles. Just let Ireland go, Britain. Like, you've lost everything anyway. Just, become a little part of the island again.
Except for your common sense, you lost. Well, y'all lost that. Y'all been lost that.
1983, Supreme Court ruled retirement plans can't pay women less. Absolutely abysmal that was even a thing, but yeah. So we had to pass laws for that. That's just, yikes. But let's see here. We also have, I don't care about crickets. Yada yada. We got a film premiere in 1990. Jetsons the Movie by Hanna-Barbera with Tiffany Dawson premieres. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that. And let's see here. 1993, John F. Kennedy Jr. gave notice of quitting as ADA in Manhattan. What is ADA? Let's see here. What is ADA? Americans with Disabilities Act. Okay. Alright. Anyway, Mr. Sohan, you got a legendary film here in 1994.
1994, Forrest Gump, directed by Robert Zemeckis, correct? And starring Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, and Gary Sinise. Is released Academy Award Best Picture 1995.
Alright. I have a thing or two to say about Forrest Gump. If you peel back, a bunch of layers, it starts to not look like a really good movie. But we might talk about that in the peanut. We'll see. Anyway, 1997, Hall of Fame.
I'll do 1995 first.
All right.
1995, Venezuelan Congress approved the country's first investment law allowing for foreign participation in oil exploration and production.
All right.
Because look how the country is now because of that.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of Venezuela, we talked about this, I believe, during our attempt at the Peanut on Sunday, which is, I think, maybe why my internet suddenly went belly up. Maybe somebody's holding a kill switch on me. But recently, I believe it was someone in our government. They're saying that Venezuela is the way it is because of climate change. It's what? I don't understand how they come up with these things. It is absolute madness. But anyway, yeah, they allowed the foreign entities to come in and take over their oil and stuff. No wonder they get screwed. I understand you have resources there to exploit, and it's difficult to fund it, especially as a screwed up nation. But you got to be self-reliant, man. It's just, nothing worth it in life is easy, and that saying goes for the same as running a country. You gotta take the hard roads to become that much better. So, but anyway, let's move on up. We have a Hall of Fame in 1997.
1997, Montreal Expos retired Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Andre Dawson's number 10 uniform.
All right.
And
98, Hong Kong.
1998, Hong Kong's Kai Tak Airport is closed and the new Hong Kong International Airport at Chek Lap Kok becomes operational.
All right. So airport switching.
Keep your mind is another. Thank you, son.
1999, U.S. Army Private Barry Winchell died from baseball bat injuries inflicted in his sleep the previous day by fellow soldiers for his relationship with transgender showgirl and former Navy combat medic Cal Perina Adams. That is disgusting.
Yeah, at least wake him up.
Yeah.
And beat him.
Yeah. Well, leave him alone. Live and let live. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to live that way, but that doesn't mean you have to enforce your life on others, on either side.
Beat someone is... Man, no.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on up to the year 2000 here. Real estate developer Stan Kroenke announced the acquisition of the Denver Nuggets, Colorado Avalanche, and the Pepsi Center for $450 million from the Ascent Entertainment Group. Whoa, that's a hell of a purchase there. So,
Nice.
they're the rich. When they buy things, they buy things. So.
Also, 2005, IOC Awards, London, the right to host the games of the 30th Olympiad in 2012 with a vote of 54 to 50 over Paris on the fourth and final ballot.
That was close.
This is just the way it looks. It don't look right.
Yeah.
The 30th.
The Triple X Olympiad. Another 2005 one, Live Aid concert.
2005 Live Aid concert at Murrayfield Stadium, Edinburgh, Scotland. Performances include Wet, Wet, Wet,
Oh,
Annie
God.
Lennox, James Brown, the Chorus, and the Proclaimers.
So we went from
Did they walk 500 miles?
the Triple X Olympiad to Wet, Wet, Wet. Good Lord. What is going on today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The 2006, that one there. That's pretty important.
Also, the Nahula Pass between India and China sealed during the Sino-Indian War reopens for trade after 44 years.
Wow. It's probably closed again by now. Well,
Yep.
Huh?
And, 2009.
yeah, I see that. Jadranka Kozer became the first female prime minister of Croatia. Cool. And then 1 year later, in 2010, Incubus singer Brandon Boyd announced the release of his debut solo album, The Wild Trapeze. All right, I remember Incubus. Oh. Then let's see here: death, sad, missing, kidnapping, death, coup, sports. Okay, 2015, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is stripped of his WBO welterweight title, boxing title, after failing to pay $200,000 sanctioning fee and vacate his 2 junior middleweight titles. Okay.
Floyd,
that sucks.
pay your fees, buddy. You're supposed to be the richest man. Pay your damn fees.
Yeah, come on. So, but back to you, 2016. Oh wow.
2016, African-American Officer Sterling is shot by Louisiana police in Baton Rouge while being restrained on the ground. The killing is filmed.
Yeah, the next one is the same one. There's 2 guys.
No, it's not. It's two different.
Oh, what?
This one, the second one shouldn't have happened. The first one, he started that shit on his own.
That's wild. Same date, same year, 2 different places. 2 black people get shot. Wow.
He was armed, but he had concealed stuff. Also, 2016, African American Philando Castile is shot by police in St. Paul, Minnesota, after being pulled over for a broken rear light. Killing is filmed. Now that shouldn't have happened. Now the first one, he shouldn't have been selling bootleg DVDs and threatening people with a gun.
Yeah. Anyway, let's give you 2 more 2016s here.
Sure. Also, 2016, Chillicothe Report, UK's Iraqi war inquiry release concludes Tony Blair overstated case for war and war unprepared.
And was unprepared.
Yeah.
So.
Not being prepared. Also, 2016 Pokemon Go, the real world mobile game by Niantic, is released.
I remember that.
From the same people who made Ingress. Made that.
Yeah, Ingress. Ugh. I didn't even know about Ingress until I did a little bit of digging and and then freaking what's her face? Let's all Pokemon go to the polls and vote. Oh my god, cringe, boomer, yikes. Anyway, moving on up to 2017, France announced it will ban petrol and diesel cars by 2040. Good luck. While that was happening, Illinois State Senate voted to override Governor Bruce Rauner's veto to approve first budget in more than 2 years, longest lasting such dispute of any state. Yikes. More, the division starts, unraveling. You can see it happening right there. People can't agree on things. 2017 as well, Sri Lankan government confirmed outbreak of dengue fever has killed at least 227 people. Yikes. Well, that's not good. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Soen. There's quite a bit here, actually. Like...
On what?
Like, just like, random things, like interesting stuff. Like, there's a flood there,
Okay, 2018. Floods and landslides began in southwestern Japan, killing at least 200 people with more missing. Evacuation orders for nearly 2 million people.
How do you evacuate 2 million people? Holy crap. Like...
I know. Also in 2018, Iranian Instagram star Mary Hobart confesses on state TV for posting videos of her dancing. That's not even bad. That's not even nothing major.
Yeah, well, those Arabic places really crunch down on the women. So, that's
2018. Yeah, I know. 2018, Paraguay has eliminated malaria in announcement by the World Health Organization.
Man.
And Prime Minister Carlos Agostinho de Rosario of Mozambique sacks the board of LAM Airlines after he is left stranded when a plane runs out of fuel.
Wow.
Holy shit.
They wouldn't bring the boss back, so when he came back, you're fucking fired. Like, oh my god, no,
Yeah. Also, 2019, Jorge Masvidal, 34 wins, 13 losses, sets a UFC record by needing just 5 seconds to KO Ben Erskine, 19 wins and 1 loss, and 1 tie during their welterweight bout at UFC 239 in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Dang, knocked him out in 5 seconds. Yikes.
Yeah.
2020, what I believe means is the United States of America, because America has 2 continents containing 35 countries, so officially began withdrawing from the World Health Organization. Alright, yeah, we should, because they're a bunch of quacks. 2020 as well, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes agreed to the largest contract for an athlete in sports history, inking a 12-year deal that could end up being worth $503 million. $500 million. $500 million. Holy crap. Wow. And then 2021, Mary Simon is named Canada's first Indigenous Governor General by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Blech. So, all right. And then there's 3 more for you, and then we can wrap us up here.
Sure. 2022 Democratic Day in British politics as more than 40 government ministers and aides withdraw their support for PM Boris Johnson and resign at 24-hour record.
Wow.
Also, 2022 first ever joint appearance by MI5 head Ken McCallum and FBI Director Christopher A. Wary, warning China is the biggest long-term threat to our economy by national security.
Yes, they are. To the entire world.
Yes. Also, in 2022, Rocco Morabito, Italian second most wanted and one of the most powerful drug brokers, extradited from Brazil to Italy after being on the run for 28 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that will conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to everything Omni Coalition, which in itself includes
Sohin TV on Twitch.
Yep. Everything is on our link tree, so go check that out. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Mountain,
1 Central.
and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
So,
And you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
yes.